Welcome to another Sunday Million highlight show. This one for the 13th of January 2013. 7,419 runners generated a $1.48 million prize pool. Huge prize pool as ever. And there are your 9 contestants. Amazing spread of nationalities: an Indian player, 3 UK players flying the flag for me personally, and a Canadian. But things are headed up by the Dutch player Niet Bangzijn. Fantastic name, which hopefully is something phenomenally rude in Dutch, because I'll be saying it a lot over the next half an hour. Let me take this opportunity to extend a happy new year to you and yours. Hope you're killing your New Year's resolutions. Mine are to sit on the couch more, eat more junk food, and play more online poker. So far, I'm knocking the hell out of it. Doing really well. Disappointing thing is, if you go back to the first Sunday Million from January 2010, I use that exact same joke. 150,000, 300,000 are your blinds. This is hand number 4 we're jumping into. Niet Bangzijn has opened the action, and why not? With a ton of chips. Over 80 big blinds at the million final table. Pretty good. A little bit of pressure not to mess it up, maybe. But you'd rather be in his spot, right? Really nice. Mazrim is going to shove here. The short stack finds a suited ace, and this is the stuff dreams are made of, except for the fact Mazrim doesn't have more chips for Timmerlin. A raise and a re-raise in front, and pocket kings in the big blind. Really nice for him. And if you're Mazrim, you don't want that call from the big blind. That always spells trouble, doesn't it? There's a raise, you move all in. Someone else wants to get involved. Not good. Mazrim trying to buck the odds here. Does have the overcard. And 32% of the time, he gets out of jail. Let's see if the Russian player can make it one of these times. Doesn't look likely, does it? Set of kings on the flop. Running cards required. It's not going to happen. And the full house for Timlin will mean we have to say goodbye to Mazrim. In 9th place, $11,499 for him. And we are very quickly playing 8-handed. Now, some really notable names on this final table. Austin has just folded. I'm sure many of you will know as Thor Hansen, the godfather of Scandinavian poker. 2-time WSOP bracelet winner, and also a WCOOP bracelet winner last year, finishing the top 10 for the player of the series. But some other recognisable names as well, trying to prevent him from adding a Sunday Million to that amazing CV. Spiver is one of them. He won the Sunday Million in 2011 and made 2 WCOOP final tables last year. None of that's going to help him right now because he's all in with A7. You can't just flop your CV on the table and hope that will give you some extra equity. It doesn't work that way. UK Cage has called him, so we've got a UK on UK war. Spiver is the all-in player, and he's struggling here. Needs an ace on the river. Oh, he'll be our 8th place finisher. And that's the way it goes. 8th place for Spiver. UK Cage makes some chips. $17,800 for that 8th place finish. And we'll play 7-handed. UK Cage will fold, as will Austin. And Timlin will raise with the 6-5. Chaz D87, another notable player at this final table. Got some serious run good on this final table, actually. Chaz D87 won the Sunday warm-up last month for nearly 90 grand, which is a very nice result. And Big Dog Pockets, brilliant name, who's Casey Jazabek. He won the Sunday warm-up, and he's won the Super Tuesday this week, would you believe? Trying to add a Sunday Million to a Super Tuesday in the same week. Tough to do. Chaz D's 3-bet with the 3s takes it down. And we'll move on. Hand 23. I just hovered my mouse over the screen, and that's actually Big Dog Pocket 5s, not Big Dog Pockets. How could a big dog have pockets? It's ridiculous. He doesn't have opposable thumbs. He'd never get into them. Timlin's opened here with King Queen. Double the big blind is pretty standard right now. And the big dog is going to bark, it says here. 3-bet from him with Queen 8, and Timolin's going to start to feel a little bit abused. Which is exactly how I feel every time I go to the bar with my producer. Why is it a one-way street? That's what I want to know. Timolin with the King Queen, one of those horrible marginal hands once you've got 3-bet. Had to fold to Chaz D's 3-bet. Is he going to snap and play back here? He is. He's going to play for all the marbles. Line in the sand time for Timolin. It's going to work as well. Good timing for him. That 4-bet shove takes him down a nice pot. And he's in a pretty solid second place at the moment. Hand 25, we're still at 400,000 blinds. As you can see down the bottom of the screen, a few short stacks. So you'd think there'd be some eliminations this level. Chaz D's open the action with Ace-Jack. Slightly better than Ace-Jack, you say. Ace-Queen for UK Cage. And around about 12 big blinds, which are now in the middle. It's going to fold back round to Chaz D. He's going to have to call off around about 4 million. Over 6.5 million in the middle. I mean, when you call with Ace-Jack here, it's always Ace-Queen, isn't it? Or Ace-King sometimes. Chaz D makes the fold. And UK Cage, well, probably be reasonably happy to take that down without a contest. Added a decent amount of percentage-wise to his stack there. Pretty nice result. Hand 31. And not a lot of showdowns so far. A lot of pre-flop aggression. Not too many showdowns. There's a lot of quality players at this final table. And probably quite a lot of optimal play will follow. Big dog pocket fives folds the pocket six to an opening raise there. Chaz D having started the action. Professional from India. Is he a pro? Is he a fish? There's no way to tell from the screen name. Both eventualities are covered. He's not playing the ace-10. Tough on that, wasn't it? A do or die with 10 big blinds. Decides not to get involved. And Austin won't get involved either. That's a raise and take it. Maybe the first raise and take it in the history of Sunday Million commentaries. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for another one of those same time next year. Now, we'd love you to get involved in the Sunday Million, and we'd love it so much we're going to give you a free chance to do so on our online poker show free roll. Just follow the directions on screen, find the tab, and I'll give you a password later in the show.
Competition everywhere. We are poker.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million. 7 players remain in this battle for large chunks of change. Huge prize pool as ever for the million. Austin Thor Hansen is the short stack, and the other players will be hoping it stays that way. The last person on the table, they want to get chips, I would imagine. 2 or 3 short stacks left here, all down the bottom of your screen. Coincidentally, doesn't look like any of them will be involved in this one, however. It's pocket pairs time at the top of the screen. That's where you want to be. It's all exciting and fast cars and exciting pairs up there. Oh. Timolin's open raise with the 9s. 3-bet from Chaz D with the 8s. And you'd suspect that will, excludes the 5s of big dog. Our chip leader will fold in the small blind, and Professional will also fold. Timolin with the decision. He's being 3-bet almost routinely, isn't he? Pretty annoying. We've only had 36 hands. This is the third time he's been 3-bet on one of them. He's going to put the money in with pocket 9s, and the decision's back on Chaz D, and he decides to fold. Interesting decision to 3-bet fold with 8s there. Perhaps a slightly controversial one, but seeing as how we can see the whole cards, we know that it's controversial bordering on genius. Tim Lin's bolstered his stack with those couple of shoves that we've seen. Just over 16.5 million now, in good shape. This hand 37, an action folded round to the cutoff, and now the button. Yeah, Bang Zine, our chip leader. With 2 short stacks in the blinds. Yeah, and he's going to put the pressure on here. Good move, I think. Professional gets out the way. UK Cage with, well, it's not easy, is it? Ace 8 offsuit. I think he might feel like he has to call here. But you could make a case either way. UK Cage does make the call. And gets in good shape. But he is the all-in player. Niet Bang Zine with chips to spare. But behind right now. And he's going to stay that way through the flop. UK Cage with the sweat. Trying to get back into this thing. And that's not what he wanted to see. Does have the superior diamond flush draw. But the 6 of hearts is no good to him. Niet Bang Zine outdraws him and eliminates UK Cage, a second UK player to fall. $31,900 for him. Great return, reminding you this is a $215 buy-in tournament. Huge, huge returns for these final table players. Big Dog opens with the jacks. Slightly more than double the big blind. And looks like it's going to be folded around to Austin. Thor Hansen has the decision here. Not much of a decision, is it? He's got less than 10 big blinds and a very nice looking hand. Just unfortunate that he's run into a bigger pocket pair here. That's not going to happen too often. However, Thor Hansen is Thor Hansen. He's a WSOP bracelet winner, a W-Coupe bracelet winner. This should be no problem. Yeah, it says 18%. That's not been weighted to the fact that it's Thor Hansen. It's probably about 90% in his favour, isn't it? Roughly. Doesn't look good at the moment. 5 of diamonds is no help. Only a 9 can save Austin from elimination. And that is not a 9. So Big Dog pocket 5s will eliminate Austin. Thor Hansen hits the rail in 6th place. The Norwegian legend takes home $45,997. We're 5-handed. We're still playing 200,000, 400,000. It's been a very violent level. A lot of all-ins and eliminations. And maybe there'll be another one here. Professional can't sit there anymore with the short stack. Picks up a pocket pair and in goes the money. Now it's over Niet Bang Zine's opening raise. So although both the blinds have aces, I don't think they'll be getting involved. They do fold. Niet Bang Zine needs to call, well, just under 3 million, 2.8 million or something. Pretty routine call for him. Not routine for Professional. This means everything to him, and that is not the flop he wanted. Actually, 180 degrees opposite of the flop he wanted. That's just insulting. Give him the full house on the turn. Where's the sweat? Professional has had a great sweat in this tournament, though. 5th place for the Indian player, $60,800. What a return for his buy-in, and we are 4-handed in the million. I can tell you these 4 players would do a deal, so big money at stake, and understandably they'd make a saving here. Still playing for some cash up top and the Sunday Million title, and as ever I'll confirm how much they each won as they bust out. Yeah, Bang Zine the player to beat though. He's been the chip leader all the way at this final table, and he's found another good spot here. He won't know that yet, of course. He decides to flat call with the ace-jack. It's his first versus second in the chip standings, and we'll see a flop. Well, it's a pretty big flop for Timlin, isn't it? Second pair, plus the king of hearts for the nut flush draw. And a straight draw, by the way. But yet, Bang Zine has top pair. This pot could get serious. Yeah, Bang Zine, as the pre-flop caller, will check. Timlin bets. Now, how does Niet want to play it here? It's actually quite an interesting spot for him, isn't it? He's going to flat call. If a heart comes, it sort of gets a bit weird for him. Well, the king has come, which has given 2 pair to Timlin, but Broadway for Niet Bang Zijn, which makes his life a little bit easier. As you can see, Timlin can still outdraw him on the river. Lots of different ways to outdraw him on the river, in fact. Niet Bang Zijn will check. And Timlin will check back. So, interesting decision there. A little bit of pot control. Wouldn't want to be raised in that spot. And that's the bingo! Bring in the Royal Flush Dancing Girls. Here they come into the sound studio. This very rarely happens. Only the second or third time this has happened ever in 952 of these Sunday Million highlight shows. We have a Royal Flush. Just wait for the confetti to be cleared. And we're back into the action. So Niet Bang Zijn was winning, now isn't, in a big way. And Timlin makes the insta-raise. Don't think he's going to win any more money. Actually, very surprising. Niet Bang Zijn bet there. Unless he's going to do something super creative and represent the hand Timlin has. That should be all she wrote. And it is. I think the Dutchman probably thought about doing something there, but Timlin, with his Royal Flush, also wins some chips. Very appropriate. Oh, that was exciting. Probably play that again when I get home. 250,000, 500,000 blinds, hand 48. And it looks like we're going to have fireworks in the blinds here. 2 good aggressive players have picked up real hands short-handed in the blinds. Action will follow. Big dog pocket 5s makes the raise. Niet Bang Zijn with the re-raise, which I'm sure Big Dog is relatively happy about, and he's not going to mess around with smaller bets. In goes all of the chips. Niet Bang Zijn will call, and we'll have a really important race here. Just under 29 million in the middle. Big pot. Big Dog is the all-in player. He holds through the flop, but he can't hold through the turn. Massive card at this final table. Ace of clubs gives Niet Bang Zijn the win, and the chip leader enhances his position. Big Dog pocket 5s is out in 4th, and we're 3-handed for the money.
We are 10,000 people in Brazil, holding our breath. We are alone. Hunters. Hunted. We are committed. Blessed. Calm. We are all in. We are poker.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million. As promised, here's your password for the online poker show free roll. The password is San Remo. San Remo, all one word. It's on the 17th of January, and I wish you the very best of luck if you enter. Niet Bang Zijn is your chip leader. He has been that since the start of the final table. He looks unstoppable, but you know how quickly things can change at these finals. Timlin been playing well. The Irishman up over 24 million, and the short stack is Chaz D 87. From the UK, land of milk and honey. Timlin's going to set Chaz D all in, This should be a pretty routine call for the Englishman, or the UK man, to be correct. Timlin with the queens in great shape here. Chasdi, the all-in player, needs to get lucky. 6 helps a little bit. Queen still comfortably ahead, not so much anymore. Ace on the turn is the theme of the all-ins, and why not make a full house? Beautiful. Unlucky for Timlin, but Chasdi is back in this thing. 13.5 million for him. This is hand 67. We're still at 250, 500,000. And Timlin will raise from the small blind. Chasdi will flat call, and we'll see a flop. Another nice flop for Chasdi. He makes 2 pair here. Now this is obviously a question of how much trouble Timlin can get himself into. We can see he has nothing but the betting initiative and a pile of hopes and dreams, which are going to be dashed, I think. Well, another full house for Chasdi. Must be nice when he needed it as well. Short stack 3-handed. Timlin has checked this turn, so it's going to be pretty tough for Chasdi to win any more money, I think. Queen comes on the river, and I wouldn't have thought Timlin would have bluffed here. If he's going to check the turn, he's probably giving up. Well, he's thinking about it. I don't know, not a massive fan of this line to try and bluff too often, because you just always get called. You certainly get called when your opponent's got a full house. That's not the point, is it? Chasdi desperately hoping that Timlin's made, you know, top 2 or Broadway or something, and he can get paid. Unfortunately, 8 high. Well, he's got a pair of 5s, hasn't he? We've all got a pair of 5s. But with an 8, unlikely to see the remaining 8 million chips go into the middle. So Chasdi, 87, from London, picking up some chips when he needed them most. He was very close to elimination as a short stack. He's now comfortably in 2nd place. Things have not gone Timlin's way 3-handed, but he'll swerve this one and leave it to the other 2 to fight out. Chasdi will raise from the small blind. Pretty small raise from the small blind. Yet Bangzine has options, decides to take the aggressive one and 3 bets. Now what for Chasdi? Well, he's going to take it to the next level. Decides to 4-bet with his raggy ace. Yet Bangzine also has a raggy ace. Who can get most aggressive with their raggy ace? Well, it looks like it's going to be Niet Bangzine, the power of the big stack. He can put Chasdi at risk for his tournament life. Chasdi can't do likewise. And Niet Bangzine gets the last bet in. Did, of course, have the best hand marginally. But he'll take another one down. Up to almost 50 million now. It looks like the win is only heading in one direction. Hand 75 sees Chasdi open the button with a really strong hand, desperately hoping somebody wants to give him some action. And Timlin, with the short stack, can wait no longer. Puts his money in with a picture card. Thinks he's got a ton of fold equity. He doesn't on this occasion because Chasdi has the goods. And this is tough for Timlin to get out of. Looking for a deuce. Only a 2 on the river. And it doesn't happen. So Timlin, the Irishman, after a great run through this tournament, will leave us in 3rd place. $147,000 from his initial $215 buy-in. What a phenomenal return that is. We're heads up for the Sunday Million title. And a serious chunk of change as well. We're playing 250, 500,000. You have to say it has looked like Niet Bangzijn's tournament from when we joined the action, but it's heads up, and one double up from Chaz D, and he'd actually have the chip lead, so nothing is certain at this point. Niet Bangzijn has top pair, as you can see. Chaz D will make the continuation bet with his ace-king. And a raise from the chip leader. Possible Chaz D will call this. He could easily have the best hand. He has 2 overcards. His opponent could be bluffing, drawing. Bluffing and drawing. And he does make the call. Well, that's a great card for Niet Bangzijn. Not necessarily because he has trips. He was almost certainly ahead anyway, but because it's a card that's going to make his opponent give him less credit. Much less likely he has a 10 in his hand now that one has appeared on the turn. Just under 7 million in the middle and 19 million in Chaz D's stack. Yeah, this is not great for Chaz D because he just has the best hand a lot of times here. And he will make the call. So 14.5 million in the middle as we head to the river. And a full house on the river for Niet Bangzijn. We've seen a ridiculously large proportion of massive hands, considering we've only had 77 at the final table. 3 full houses and a raw flush. Well, the only problem here for Niet Bangzijn is that card's also brought the flush. And that makes it harder for him to get paid. He's going to go for it all, though. Chaz D with just ace high. You'd have thought he's going to throw this away. If he calls, it's over. He does call, and it's all over. Didn't believe Niet Bangzijn had any of it, but found out he had all of it. Not only did he have all of it in that hand, but he has all of the winning. He is your champion on this edition of the Sunday Million. Niet Bangzijn from Utrecht in the Netherlands wins $186,792 after the deal and the money left over first place. Big congratulations to him. He did it from pillar to post. He was a chip leader at the start of the final table and through to the end. Chaz D, a gallant runner-up, short stack when they made the deal. He takes home $112,000, and Tim Lin from Dublin makes $147 for third. I hope you've enjoyed this Sunday Million highlight show, and I hope your New Year's off to a fly. If not, there's lots of time to put it right. For everyone here at PokerStars.tv, I'm Nick Wealthall, and I'll talk to you again very soon.